God said, draw nigh to me, and I'll draw nigh to you. That's what we need to do every day, brother, I tell you. We need to put God first in our life. I tell you what, I never did even put my family, my children, nobody in my household before God. God was always first, in my family second. That's the way it ought to be. God said he won't have no other God before him. If you got a boat, I don't know what I told this year or not, I might have told it. But anyway, I know this pastor, I know this guy that had a singing group. He went to Church of God. And boy, he was a good guy. He used to help me on the radio. I got a lot of help with him on the radio. And I tell you, he bought him a bass boat right in the last days. He got kind of old. And it cost so much of that bass boat, he never did get to go out fishing or nothing. But he got, the devil took him up on that. And told him that, and he allowed the church on Sunday. One morning he was at Cedar Creek, and he come out one of the coals down there. And another guy was going down through there and hit the front end of their boat. She fell out in about 60 foot of water. And boy, I tell you, that old boy, he finally got to the bank in that mud. They said he got on his knees and he cried out to God. God, if you'll just let my wife live and let us get back to church on that bass boat and never be back on this river again, on this lake, on a Sabbath day. And I tell you, boy, God's spared. And I tell you, God is there for us. And I tell you, God is the answer today. God is always the answer. I tell you, I've heard people say, well, I just can't make it. When you've got down to where you can't make it, God's fixing to reach down and take hold of you and lift you up. And I admire this sister out here plays the piano. One of the hardest things that I ever did, my first wife wasn't in church when I was right. It was a hard thing for one of us to go to church and one of us not. But I'm going to tell you this. I promise you this. If she'll hold on to God, one day he'll be back in church. When you get hurt in church, it's a little bit different. Just stubborn up and don't go to church. I'm going to tell you, God can work everything out. God is and with him all things are possible. And with us, we make mistakes every day. He's the only person that don't make no mistakes. It's God. I didn't much want to preach on this tonight. I preached on this about a month and a half ago, probably, down in Middletown. And it's the Prodigal Son. But I tell you, I see something in this Prodigal Son message here that maybe a lot of people don't see. But I'm going to tell you this, brother. We can't look down our nose at nobody. And I tell you what, God come to seek and to save them was lost. He didn't mean this little church here. He meant that church over there, Church of God, Baptist, Pentecostal, black people, yellow people, and all. He come and died for all of them. And brother, he didn't make no difference. But I'm going to tell you this. The main important thing that we can do after we get saved, and I tell you, we've got it inside of us, because when we get up off that altar, God takes up a load with us and walks with us. There's two parts of a man. There's the inward man and the outer man. That outer man is what the devil always works on and tries to get you to back up and do this and that. But you don't have to listen to him. The man that's inside of you's got more power than the man that's on the outside. I thank God for that tonight. But listen, you can't go wrong if you lean on Jesus and hold on to him. Keep walking with him. Dark days is going to come. But I tell you, after a while, life's going to be there. I tell you, God is a God of gods and a Lord of lords. I'm satisfied with my God. I couldn't walk without him. He leads me and he guides me every day. Sometimes, Brother Raymond, I get so tired when I go in the nursing home. I have to sit down on the bed or anything. But listen, in a few minutes, I'm able to pray.
Bless the Lord.
Wait on the Lord. Amen. Stay in the boat. Well, I tell you, that's what we got to do. Amen. Can't get out of the boat, boys. You got to stay in there.
Come on, brother.
He'll take you to shore.
Amen.
I thought about that as old Paul was in that shipwreck. Now, I preached something here a while back. Well, I tell you, the Lord told old Paul, don't worry about nothing. Everybody's going to be all right. Didn't listen to Paul, it's been good anyway. It's always good sometimes to listen to a man of God. But I tell you, a lot of times he's closer than you are to God. And sometimes you're not where you need to be, and you won't listen to the man of God. But I tell you this, I listened to the man of God back years ago, and I'm proud I did. Yeah. Well, I tell you, we never had nothing, Brother Michael. I don't know why I'm talking now. I don't care. But anyway, we never had a thing. We lived on a little old farm, and I seen my mom pick strawberries for a nickel and sell them maybe probably half a gallon. And all this and that. All comprehensive rattlesnakes. Was in them strawberry patches. But there ain't never been her. You know why? She went to church. She leaned on Jesus. That's what you got to do. If we lean on Jesus, don't be afraid. He's the biggest God. He's over everything. He controls it. He'll take care of us. Go to church. Be content. Do what you have to do. Don't worry about somebody coming in on you. Listen to me. If you're in church, they key you in there. You just wake up. Oh, glory. Shout the victory. If your name's in the Lamb Book of Life. Because it ain't hell you home. That's all I can say.
Amen.
Oh, my God. How I'd like to be back young. Could preach like I used to. All right, 15th chapter of St. Luke. And he said, a certain man had 2 sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after that, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country. And there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there rose a great famine in that land, and he began to be in want. I tell you, when you leave home, you want to begin to be in want. I'm going to tell you this, boy, when you leave God, you're a man most miserable. Amen. Somebody said, well, preacher, I've heard him tell me, Brother Maker, I'm right as full of Jesus. Talking all kinds of bad talk. Doing things they shouldn't do. I'm going to tell you this. If you're right with God, you're not going to do that stuff. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Listen, preachers' kids think they can get away with a lot of stuff. They can't get away with nothing no more than nobody else. The preacher's saved, and they'll come just like he did on the altar. Get on their knees. Ask God to forgive them. Wash them in the blood. Put their name in the Lamb's Book of Life. That's what it's all about. A lot of preachers, they don't even get in the pulpit. Maybe you don't think I ought to say that. You travel around here, some of them, you'll see.
You're right.
I tell you. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country. And he sent him into the fields to feed the swine. And he would have filled his belly with husk, as the swine did eat, and no man gave him to him. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hard servants my father have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger. I will arise and go back to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. I am no longer worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of the hired servants. And he rose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion on him, and run and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight. I am no longer worthy to be called thy son. But the father said unto his servants, bring forth his best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. Yes. For this, and bring forth the fatted calf, and kill it. Yes. And let us eat and be merry. For this my son was lost, was dead, and is alive. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. What I'm going to tell you tonight, church, we need to stay with God no matter what comes or what goes.
Yes, amen.
But I'm going to tell you, here's a boy that had anything he wanted before he left his father's house. Now, I don't know whether he's saved or not, Brother Maybe, but I know this. I bet you anything that his father and mother took him to church. Yes. I bet he was brought up in church, and I bet you anything that he knows the Word of God. So I'm going to tell you, when he got away from there and got all out and spent all he had, the bad times come upon you. When you get out of fellowship with God, waste my church, and nobody around to see about you, you're going to be getting in bad shape. Listen to me. Today I've been there. Somebody said, how do you know, preacher? I've been there. I know what it is to get back on the Lord. God is there. God is with us. God's here. God's there. He's everywhere. When I was in the Marines, he was with me there. I wouldn't trade him for nothing I've seen. There ain't nothing good enough to come up with Jesus. He's the only God that we ever need. Praise his holy name. But anyway, this old boy, he began to be involved. He went and joined himself to another country. You better watch where you join, what you do, who you come in contact with. You, all I tell you, it ain't going to be no better roses. If God ain't in it, you better run from it and leave it alone. God will lead you and guide you. This boy, he knows the right way, but he went against it. He laid it down. Thank God today. I love him today because he first loved me. He first loved me.
Bless him, Lord.
Well, I tell you, I know it's hard on this girl from Manchester to preach. I know it is. We move around a lot. I can't help it. I just can't help it. I can't stand still. But I tell you, I go out there to that Pentecostal church on out there. Brother died a while back. Brother King Cade. I get in there and get to running up and down in my office preaching. Somebody said, well, he started the Pentecostal march. I didn't know it, and I looked behind me, and it was all running behind me. I'm going to tell you this today. You better do what God puts on your mind. Don't worry about what Brother Baylor or somebody over here is going to say about you. My Jesus, it'll turn out all right. It'll be good because God give it to you. He never give you nothing bad. He never will. He loves you. He takes care of you and leads you and guides you.
Come on, brother. Good preaching.
Amen.
Brother, I'm going to tell you this. This old boy, he's gone about as far as he could go. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you something. People tell me today, preacher, I don't have no trouble without Satan. You know what I say? I say, well, you ain't doing nothing for God.
Come on.
If you're working for God, Satan's going to be on your back.
Amen.
Let me tell you something. He knowed when Jesus fasted 40 days and nights. Man told me one time, he said, well, preacher, I guarantee he drank water. I said, I don't know. I'm going to tell you this. He was God. He didn't have to drink no water. He could have done what he wants to. And you listen, it don't say where he drank any water. But he went without food 40 days and 40 nights. When he come out of the wilderness, Satan knowed about it. He hit him. He'll hit you when you start getting up and doing good. Testifying to your neighbors and the people in the store. Going to church. Backing up the pastor, he'll hit you, but you've got something greater than what he's got. Thank God for that today. Boy, you got Jesus with you all the time. You know what? I wake up 10 or 12 times a night. Every time I wake up, Jesus is right there with me. I'm never alone. You're never alone. And listen, this old boy, he was about ready to eat that husk. He shouldn't even been there no way. Right. They weren't even supposed to be around full no swine or nothing. Now they're feeding swine. That's what I say. Satan will take you further than you want to go. Somebody said, don't bother me. I'm going to tell you this. You start letting him get away with one thing, he'll take you further than you want to go. Now, if you get him in, he'll take a mile. And he'll have you where you don't even want to go to church or nothing else. You know how I know that? I was there and I done it, Pastor. I'm ashamed of it, but I tell you, I never have done it since. I tell you, God is a big God. He's a heart reader. Somebody say, well, listen, nobody's seen us do that. God sees you every day. He's got an all-seeing eye on every one of us. We don't skip nothing. By God, He knows what we do. He knows what you're going to do, and I'm going to do in the morning. He knows what Sister Claudia is going to do. He knows us all. Thank God for a God that knows us, and loves us, and cares for us today. Boy, I praise God today.
Thank you, Jesus.
Boy, this old boy, the Bible said he was friendless. Didn't have a friend no more. Had to sin miseries. Had to sin miseries. Boy, I'm going to tell you, Nick didn't say that, but old Josiah said. That old boy was in sad sin misery.
Come on, brother.
There's people in church on Sunday morning got sin miseries because they were not following God. Amen. They're not doing what God would have them to do. I know you may not like this preaching. I don't really
preach, brother.
I didn't come down here to please people. I come down here to please God. I'm going to tell you something, boy. It's time that our preachers, you don't hear preaching like this man does at every church you go. You know why? A preacher's got to have a backbone to preach a word. Most of them get up, they'll sugarcoat everything. They're afraid they'll lose a little member and they won't put nobody put in no money. I'm going to tell you, if that's all a pastor wants to go to church for, he's in the wrong business anyway. He's in the wrong business. I'm going to tell you something, brother. Now, I don't want to get away from this message, but back in the old Bible days when there's called, you know, they sent them and said, don't take no script, don't take this. Whatever house you enter into, you eat that and be content. Now when they come up here to hold the revival, you've got to get them a whole family, a motel room. You've got to take them out and eat. When they come up here years ago, they stayed at my house. They stayed at people's house. They eat, whatever they eat. And they said be content with it. I tell you, we've got modern, and God don't like it. And I tell you this, it's everywhere you go. They've got modern stuff, modern singing, all this and that. Well, they can have it if they want to. I don't want it. Amen. I don't want it. Amen. I want somebody to sing with the Spirit on it. That's the way it ought to be. Boy, listen, this old boy, he got up there. He said, I'll go back to my father's house. I tell my father, I've sinned. He realized where he was at. He realized, said to himself, I'll go back to my father's house. I tell him I sinned against heaven, and I've sinned against you. I'm no longer worthy to be your son. Just make me a hard servant. He knowed his dad's hard servant had more to eat than what he had. Had anything they wanted because he was a good man. I'm going to tell you this. He was in sin misery. He didn't have no friend. Like the Bible said, when old Lazarus was at the rich man's table, he didn't have a friend in the world. Well, I tell you, he had one good friend, Jesus Christ, didn't he, brother? Amen. Best friend you ever had, Jesus Christ. Amen. The Bible said the old rich man died and was buried in hell, lifted up high. Never said a thing about old Lazarus being buried. He might not even been buried. He didn't have to be buried. God just come, got him, take it on home. There's a lot of people question me about, what do you think, preacher, when you die? I think this, that God sends a band of angels, takes you out of that little house of clay, takes you on to be with God. Amen. And I tell you, brother, that's where it's all at. Somebody said, well, I didn't see no place when I took him to the undertakers where he come out. You don't have to see no place. That's the old come out. God could go through blocked doors and walls and everything. And so he can do anything he wants to. But anyway, this old boy went home, started home. But his dad, see, was praying on the other end. That's what it's all about, brother. us Christians are praying for people. I tell you, we need to pray every day hard for God to give us a burden for lost souls. Somebody said we don't need that. We got enough worry. I tell you tonight, we need a burden for our children and your children. Everybody's children. We'll work with them if we get a burden. But I tell you, we're too lazy a lot of times. So I want to do this. Want to do that. I say myself sometimes, here lately, it makes me feel bad. I don't feel like doing that. Gonna get up and do it. Sometimes I'm like a young man. I get it all back. And God takes care of me. Lean on Jesus. Let everything else go. And God will bless you along life's way. Boy, I thank God for that.
Amen.
Got a way off from where he's at. He looked, see the old man looking down the road. The Bible said a great way off. He run, fell on his neck and kissed him. Boy, I tell you, he was home. He told the Father, said, I sinned against you, heaven, against you. I ain't no longer worthy to be called your son. Just make me a hard servant. He said, bring forth the best robe and bone. Yes. Boy, I tell you, that was something. Bring forth a ring and put on his head. Bring forth shoes and put on his feet. Kill the fatted calf. Let's eat and be merry. For my son was dead and is alive. He was lost and is saved. Thank God today, buddy. Amen. God is always the answer. God is always the answer. Well, I tell you, you go to some few churches, ain't many people there. I'm going to tell you, Midwester's been the big churches. We've been here, we've been there. I never did leave my church when I was pastor over for all them years. Every Sunday I missed two. I was in the hospital on Sunday, 2 times, 34 years. I'm going to tell you this, when I was gone, we tried to go on Thursday and Friday, come back on Saturday and be here for the weekend. Yeah. I'm going to tell you this, we've got to put God first in our life. Yes, especially here don't go nowhere. Hardly ever goes out of town. I'm going to tell you this, it's a full-time job to pastor a church. Amen. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this, and I know you may not believe it, but I don't care. They say a deacon is a head of the house at the church. Here's a man who will stand in front of God for everything that goes wrong in here. That's right. He will himself, he's a pastor here. He's your pastor. Yeah. And brother, he'll stand for everything that goes wrong in this church. That's why he watches and sees. You won't let everybody come in here and preach. And I wouldn't either. And I'm going to tell you what, a lot of times you have to pray about things. I'm going to tell you this, boys. Stay on guard for God, and God will be there and help you. Do everything you can. Well, I'll tell you, God will help you in every way. God, I've seen people that was on their deathbed, and I know you ain't going to believe this. The doctor said they couldn't live, but I seen them get up out of the bed, seen them go home. We had a lady in our church, and she got saved in our church way back years ago, and her dad was out there in life care, out there in the Sycamore Hospital. But they hardly anybody ever gets out there. Yeah. I went out there every day, and my wife prayed with that man. I told him, I said, buddy, I come out here every day. He was an old man. He's over 9 now. And I said, I'm just not going to come back anymore if you don't want me to pray with you. I'm not coming back. I'm going to pray with you today. And I said, buddy, you need to pray yourself. Ask God to save yourself. Yes. Buddy, I heard that old man start praying. We got through. He said, I'm saved. I'm saved. God saved my soul. We're smacking his hand. Told that nurse, get my clothes. I'm going home. She said, you can't go home. I said, I'm not getting your clothes. He walked right over and got his clothes out of that closet, put them on him, and went home and lived about 4 or 5 years after that. He sure did. I seen it for one night. And I tell you, boys, you know the Abner family. You know, all of them know. Yeah. One of them boys was out there in the same place. I went up there and prayed with him, The doctor said he didn't have a change. But you know what? Last couple of times we had singing down there at the Colorado restaurant. He was there, him and his wife and son. Yeah. He couldn't even remember how to start out the next verse. She'd tell him, and boy, he'd go all the way through it. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you something, buddy. Then James Mugger preached a funeral one time. Him and his wife and that boy sung a song to make the hair stand up on your head at that funeral. Now, boy, I'm going to tell you something. Don't you think God won't take care of you when you're God called and sent? God will take care of you. He'll be there when you need him. He's the only person. He's the best friend you ever had. He's the only person. I might let you down, Brother James. Brother Bobby might let you down. We don't mean to, but God will never let you down. Come on, brother. If you ever night want to pray, it won't hurt you one bit.